traders set the length of the initial balance based on their trading style. For example, many bond traders choose the first 90 minutes to coordinate information generated when the stocks open, allowing them to evaluate the impact of the stocks on the bonds for that session. Here we have an example of range extension, the market activity occurring above and/or below the range of the initial balance. On this chart, we've highlighted both a buying tail on the low side of the session and a selling tail on the high side of the session. Tails, as they are commonly referred to, basically occur when the market attempts to go in one direction but is quickly rejected due to a lack of conviction or interest in continuing that directional move. Another term frequently used to designate a tail is excess. Excess is one of the two most important factors focused on by traders who use the market profile. The other is balance, which I'll cover shortly. Most traders who use the market profile look at TPOs to determine the value area and point of control, shown here with number 1. Likewise, there are a lot of traders who configure their profiles using contract volume as the basis for determining the value area and point of control. That's shown in number 2 here. We're not here to tell you which way you should configure your profiles, but just to show that these options exist. Now, this is a merge profile, which is nothing more than the result of combining several individual profiles into one, based on defined start and stop dates. Merge profiles are commonly used to determine areas of acceptance and/or rejection over a designated period of time. This is a cumulative profile, which is similar to a merge profile in that it's bounded by defined start and stop dates, and it's also used to determine areas of acceptance and/or rejection over a designated period of time. According to many market profile educators, there are 6 to 7 basic types of sessions, ranging from a normal or balanced session to a multi-distribution trend session. Here are 4. Number 1 is an example of a trend session. Number 2 is what's called a normal variation session, and it's characterized by features such as a narrow initial balance followed by two-way auction. Number 3 is a non-trend session due to its lack of directional conviction, and example number 4 is a multi-distribution trend, primarily characterized by 2 or more distinct distributions separated by single prints, which, by the way, are another form of excess. Another benefit of the market profile is its ability to provide displays of several types of opening price-to-value relationships. For example, profile number 1 shows an opening inside a value, which frequently tends to favor both higher and lower prices. Profile number 2 shows an opening above value, but within the previous session's range, which favors higher prices. And profile number 3 shows an opening below value and outside of range, favoring lower prices. Earlier we said excess is one of the 2 most important factors that traders who use the market profile monitor and use in their evaluation of market activity. Well, the other is balance, which is the state of the market when it's primarily seeking more information before it makes its next directional move. Many traders, as part of their methodology, have a set rule to go with all directional moves out of balance. On this chart, we see 4 sessions, with each one's range inside the previous session's range. Inside sessions are another form of balance, whether they are a session or a single period within a session. Here we see an intermediate term balance or bracket area covering a span of 18 sessions. And here's an example of a longer term bracket or balance area spanning 32 sessions, all within just 2.5 points or handles. On this chart, we see both balance between the yellow lines and imbalance between the green lines. As we said before, balance is a very important factor for many traders who use the market profile. A trader's proficiency in the interpretation of balance comes from an understanding of balance itself and the potential ramifications of it in everything from an inside bar to a long-term balance or bracket area.